Hi everybody. So we're trying a new tech solution today. They replaced my new work. They gave me a new work computer, which is really nice because it's not like slow as molasses. However, it doesn't have a webcam, which is interesting for me. So we're gonna try this via phone and through our wireless, and we're gonna see if this works because y'all know I've had tech issues here before. So this is the kind of week we've been having. I've been giving a lot of shots lately. Not particularly for any reason other than I've had a bunch of new patients come in who are behind on their shots, and so we've had to do these crazy catch-up schedules, and the school wants them today, and so the school's a little off the chain about immunizations. Which I appreciate. However, I'm still giving some kids like 6 shots in a single day, which is never a good day for anybody involved. But I want you to know how to help us help you. Like, help me help you, because there's been some stuff that's happened in my clinic, and I'm gonna be honest, I've wanted to kill a couple people. I've had some thoughts. Dr. Cortez has the same thoughts, so let me share my perspective on immunizing your kid, okay? I'm not talking about the safety and efficacy of shots. That's not the thing, okay? But here's the deal. Number one, this is every time you come into my office. Shots are not a punishment. Please don't threaten your child that if they're not good, I'm going to give them a shot. Because I'm going to tell them I'm not, and now you're going to be the liar. Because, and here's why I will throw you under the bus in front of your own kid. I need them to trust me that I'm not going to hurt them for no reason. And I need them to understand why we draw blood and give immunizations. And that's not for bad kids. It's because we love them and we're trying to take care of them. You got to come up with another threat. I don't care what it is, but you cannot threaten that your kid's going to get shots when they come to clinic, because that's not fair. It's not fair to them, and it's not fair to me. And when you do it in front of me, I'm going to throw you under the bus. So now you know, don't do that. On the flip side, please, whenever you go to a doctor's office, do not promise your child that they're not going to get shots, because you don't really know that. Sometimes you tell me something that you don't think is a big deal, and I think is a really big deal, and then we need to draw blood. And when you're 3, a shot and a blood draw are the same thing, because they're both needles. So when you promise no shots, you kind of set me up, and now I am forcing you to go back on your word. So we're back again to that. I need your kids to trust us. I need them to trust you when you come to my office, that we're going to do what's best for them. And when you lie on the outset, or when you give them information that you're not really sure what's going to happen, you make things like infinitely more difficult for all of us. What you can tell them is, we will never give you a shot unless it's absolutely necessary. No one does this for fun. I promise you, you will always know what's going to happen before it happens. At least let them know no one's going to ambush them. If you know they're going to get immunizations, though, please tell them. People roll up in my office and suddenly the kid has no idea that they were supposed to get immunizations today. This is not healthy coping. I know you don't want your kid to worry, and I know that you don't want your kid to be sad and freaking out all day. But ambushing them in my office is not setting us up for success in the future. Okay? You fixed one day of your life, and you made every visit after that really difficult. It's a really short-sighted approach. Talk to your kids about what's about to happen. Work on coping skills. Practice the coping skills they're going to use before they get shots. But not telling them before they get here, if you have that information and you withhold it, that's not fair. Now I'm the one who has to tell them. And I got my own kids that I got to do this stuff with, and I mean, I love y'all, but I really don't want to do this with your kids too. So don't lie. If you don't know, don't promise anything, and tell them what's going to happen before they come. particularly if you have a kid who doesn't transition well. So our autistic families have their hack of social stories. If you don't know what a social story is, it's a first-person narrative of what's about to happen to you. And so it's a way to talk out future events. So you can do it. This is how I ask for help. This is what happens when I go to the grocery store. This is what happens when I go to the doctor. And you can walk your child through the process of getting a shot or a blood draw so that they know what's going to happen and they can anticipate it and they can learn to cope appropriately. The kids who freak out in my clinic almost always do it because they don't know what's coming. There's this mystical shots thing that's going to happen, and they've heard about it, but they don't know what it consists of, and so they have like the worst case scenario. Also remember that when we call them shots, getting shot is what you do with a gun, and kids have this like natural reaction to that word. If you want to use the word immunization or vaccination, that's cool, because it's not quite the same thing. Okay? Please also don't lie and tell them it won't hurt. Y'all, you've had shots. It freaking hurts. I'm sorry, it hurts. It's not like the worst pain in the world, and it's quick and over, but technically it hurts. And this is back to that being truthful about the medical experience thing. I'm going to tell them it's going to hurt. It only hurts a little bit, only hurts for a little while. The disease I'm preventing, I promise you, is way worse than the shot you're about to get, and we'll have that conversation. But to tell them it's not going to hurt, they know you're lying. They're smarter than that. Give your kids credit. Tell them what's going to happen. Walk them through the process. If you want a social story to help your kid understand immunizations, let me know, and I can post one for you that you can walk through your child's immunization process so that they don't completely freak out. But it's all about helping them anticipate. And the last thing is, if you're going to immunize your kids, okay, there's this thing where people want to I don't want to give all those shots in one day. Do you know why we do that? There's two reasons. One is that the shots are dosed to be given all together. So we're expecting one massive immune response. If we separate them, I don't know if they work as well. The other reason, though, is that then not every time your kid comes in my office, I'm sticking them with a needle. That is not really a lot of fun for anybody. I do not want to give your kid a shot once a month, every month for 2 years. We do that sometimes, and there's kids who get growth hormone and insulin, and we deal with that when we have to, but please don't put us in that position of making this more emotionally stressful than it already is. Your kid gets enough germs when they eat a Cheerio off the floor. They get more in that one exposure than they do in their whole childhood immunizations. They also probably get more aluminum that way too. I would rather cluster your shots and give your kid the chance to see us in between as the people who don't always stab them with needles. Because who likes someone who stabs you with needles? Really. If you want to spread your shots out, that's okay. I prefer not to. I'd rather immunize you than not, though, so we'll negotiate. But just please understand that you're going to add a whole other level of drama every time you come to the doctor's office after that, because then I'm the shot lady, and really, you all know that I leave the room, and I'm not there for shots unless it's for a really specific kid, because I don't want them to associate me with that. That's Gabrielle and Carlos's job. That's not my job. I run because I'm a big fat chicken, and I own that. I totally own it. If you need help getting your kids through immunizations, let us know in advance, and there's some stuff we can do to try to make stuff work. I've got weighted lap pads, we've got toys, I've got light projectors, we can play music, we can kind of do whatever works to help your kid get through this without a total meltdown. What I'd rather not do is hold your kid down. Your babies, I'm going to have to hold them down anyway. I got to hold them down to look in their ears. It's more about the age. But if your 11-year-old doesn't want to get their shots, I am not going to sit on your 11-year-old and give him his shots. And I've actually promised a child this recently. I will not do that. It's not helpful. I'm making your long-term situation much, much worse if I do that. So we're going to negotiate and we're going to work through the process. I just ask that you not make it harder and that you help us build your child into a patient who can interact with providers and know that when painful procedures happen, they're only when it's necessary, that we don't do them as a punishment, that we don't do them because we think it's fun, that we don't do them because we like them. Some of you have heard me say to your kids will say, I don't like shots. Well, I'll ask them, do you know who likes shots? Crazy people like shots because nobody else likes shots. They hurt. It stings. But it'll be quick and over and we'll be done. We're going to keep it real and honest with your kids so that they know that we're a place that they can come and trust us with their health and with their concerns and when they're in pain or uncomfortable. We want to be that place for your kids, but I do need your help in this one regard because we've had a lot of needless drama this week, and I always feel bad for those kids because I know the parents didn't mean to create more problems, but they kind of did. If you have a question, if you want help processing this immunization thing with your kids before they come in my door, let me know. We can post social stories and kind of trade back and forth information. I got some parents who I know have really good hacks. If you want to talk about pain control, we can talk about pain control before shots, whatever works for you guys. But just want to let you know we're here for you if you need us. We will work with you as best we can, but please don't tell your kids that I'm going to give them a shot for punishment because... And yeah, that happened this week. It was a long week. It's only Thursday. Have a good weekend, everybody. Enjoy your Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to moms. I hope you get a little time of sanity in this otherwise crazy time of year with school wrapping up and everything. I will talk to you guys later.